死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに人が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳、ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、スライドまで。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだと、大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう。言い話せるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199 on a Saturday. This won't be a very long stream, but I wanted to go live for a little while, catch up with all of you, and talk about some of the news we are seeing throughout the day. Hail to the chat. Hail to the 199. Good to see all of you here. Let's see. Cam Man's here. Soundwave Superior's here. Shreddy is here. Foxy is here. Beaky is here. Yes, football is on, and Alabama, Georgia tonight. Plus, I have something else going on too. So very, very busy day for me. Greedo Gaming in the house. Deflect in the house. St. Michael. Shreddy says, tell Jeremy. Tell Jeremy what? Tall Jeremy. You mean hail Jeremy? Babo Yogi. Angel. Green. Let's see. Nerdic Viking Presents says, hail the 199. Shadow Unit 199 is here. Og Dog says, bro ignores me. I would never ignore you. Why would I do that? I would never ignore you. But yeah, hi, everyone. Good to see all of you here. There's a lot to talk about. I got to jump right into a couple of stories because, like I said, I'm kind of a limited time today. So this story from Sky News, there's a lot of comedy in this. Right here, Sky News says Elon Musk and Prince Andrew named in latest Epstein files release. So Elon's not happy about this. Okay, that's fair. Well, I would like for you to. This is karma, Elon. That's what this is. This is karma for what you did to President Trump. Okay. Because Elon says, shame on Sky News for this utterly misleading headline. Anyone pushing this false narrative deserves complete contempt. Epstein tried to get me to go to his island and I refused, yet they name me and even Prince Andrew, who did visit. It's literally what you did to President Trump, Elon Musk. It's literally what you did. And listen, man, the Epstein thing is so out of control at this point in time. I have no idea what to believe, what's legit. I have no idea. So whatever, it is what it is. But this particular story, I looked at this and saying, that's karma, Elon. That's karma. I know you deleted your tweet, but that is karma. What you did to Trump is exactly what the media is doing to you. So I don't really feel sorry for you at all. So what comes around goes around. Exactly, James. So that's how I feel about it. We've got Jared the Americans is Real American, got his channel back. Thank God. Man, look, listen, you can complain about YouTube all you want. YouTube is very good about listening to people within reason. So I'm happy that he got his channel back. BC Man says, I missed your stream yesterday, but here I am this time. Good to see you here. Hail to you. Jimbo says, just going to say, Jeremy, used to play a meme of Cash now with Viking singers. Then Cash mentions Valhalla. This is proof Jeremy is Mossad. I did my own research. I'll play it right now. Did I get rid of that one, actually? No, I didn't.
877 cash now. 877 cash now. They help thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. get long-term payments, but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
That is art. Jimbo busted me, though. Thank you, Jimbo, for the 10. I appreciate it. Left-handed Raccoon for 20 says, hey, Jeremy, now that Milo is out of retirement, you might have some competition for biggest homosexual streamer. Hail the 199. Hail the non-mainstream media, independent media. Authenticity is king now, not fake mainstream media. Now give me your trash. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to Milo. I know he's a huge personality and everything, and I got nothing against the guy. I don't know. I never paid attention to Milo at all. So whatever. If he's a voice out there that's calling out the BS, then so be it. But I don't know. Ann Jeanette with the gifted membership. Thank you, Ann Jeanette. Appreciate you. And all the work you're doing for the IDOTs of the 199. Ronan Zero says, repping the 199 in the new skate. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So look, there's a lot of news today. And I want to give the biggest shout out to my buddy Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson is crushing it. And hail to Benny Johnson. I tweeted this out. Benny Johnson is making Charlie proud today. Amazing work. Benny is crushing it right now. Watch this segment right here on Fox News. Benny is on it.
Why, in the early hours, when we know nothing, do they suggest there's a right-wing motive? Why?
Well, Kaylee, because they're liars, but the American people know the truth, and they know it right here at Penn State, Beaver Stadium behind us. Charlie Kirk was going to go to this game, watch his beloved Oregon Ducks play undefeated Penn State today, because we are Penn State! And Penn State has shown up today. Look at these Charlie Kirk. Look at this. Kaylee, that energy is alive. It is electric here today. We're registering voters with the incredible voter registration teams here for Turning Point USA and Early Vote Action. Scott Pressler with us. They're already signing up new young voters in Charlie's honor. Charlie's spirit lives alive here in the kinetic energy of this moment. It's a spiritual moment. It's an awakening, and it's a revival here in America. Can you feel that? Ladies and gentlemen of Penn State, can I get an amen? Amen! Woo.
Benny.
Dude, Benny is crushing it, and Charlie Kirk's legacy is going to be, it's still being built right now, and it's being built by Charlie and everything that he said, all the things that he built. And people like Benny Johnson and others are moving forward with this. I don't like, all it's going to take is for people to continue to move forward and not let these leftist psychopaths get back in office. You can't do it. You absolutely can't do it. And this movement it feels like it's on an unstoppable, it has unstoppable momentum right now, but we cannot get complacent. I will continue to repeat what I said leading up to the 2024 election, 28-3. You have to get out there and you have to pretend like you are the Patriots in the Super Bowl versus the Atlanta Falcons. It's 28-3, and we have to keep that mentality. We can't go on prevent defense. We can't start getting lazy. We cannot. Got to keep that momentum moving forward, and that's exactly what is happening right now.
I sit here, and this almost brings tears to my eyes because we have had such a national heaviness in this country.
Bishop says grifters making a buck off Jesus. Bishop, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If you're one of these pussies who hates capitalism, then get the fuck out of my chat, because I like capitalism and I like to make money. Go fuck yourself. All right, crying because somebody else is making money. Welcome to the real fucking world. Quit crying. Shut the fuck up.
Country for more than 2 weeks. And to see that this movement lives on and the positive nature of it. You said it's a revival. What are you hearing from these students wearing the same shirt Charlie Kirk was?
Yes. Yes, so the goal was to make students scared. The goal of evil always is to shut down the voices of those speaking truth. That is where Christian martyrdom comes from. Christian martyrdom comes from people speaking truth about our faith, about our country, about our nation. That's what Charlie was doing. That's why Charlie was a Christian martyr. And evil intended to...
Somebody said Benny is fake. Well, so are your girlfriend's orgasms, okay? She told me because she came to me needing a real orgasm because she said every time she's with you, she has to fake them because, you know, she can't feel anything. That's a personal problem you need to deal with, okay? But I handle the problem for you.
Silence that voice. But the way that God works, well, ladies and gentlemen, what man intends for evil, God intends for good. And what you've done is made tens of millions of Charlie Kirk. And freely here at Penn State, Kaylee, the line was a mile long. We just posted it on social media. People have been out here since 6 a.m. waiting to wear a Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt. This is the single biggest backfire in history, and it's how God works. You strike Charlie down, you'll just make his message stronger. And the moral and good people of America know that, and we are ready to take up the charge.
Benny, someone told me that if you were the preacher at their church, they would go to that church. Benny, I love having you sit here and preach to me. It's awesome. But a little bit of football here. Both
We're
these
just simple Christians.
Simple Christians. That's a great thing. A little football here because Charlie loved the Oregon Ducks, and they're undefeated. And look, I love Penn State, but I'm for the Oregon Ducks today. Charlie Kirk's team has got to win.
Kaylee, the reason why we're out here giving away 5,000 Charlie Kirk Freedom shirts, and I think they might be all gone already. I think they were gone at 5 a.m. is because it's a whiteout here at Penn State. Penn State has one of Beaver Stadium right behind us, beautiful stadium, one of the largest in the world, 100,000 person capacity. They'll all be wearing white. And so we are going to pack that student section tonight, the game of the week. College Sports Center is here. Everyone's here. Game of the week. We want those cameras to show 100 million viewers around the world the Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt. It'll be all over the stadium. It'll be all over today. And so,
but seriously, Benny is absolutely crushing it. I love seeing him out there at the forefront of this. And this is what needed to happen after the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. I still can't believe that it happened. I know that like time, you know, like in the world of social media, things move so fast, but I still can't believe that this happened. I can't believe Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of 3,000 college students. It is crazy that happened. And it's still hard to believe that it's real. It really is.
We will be standing proud. Now, would Charlie Kirk be cheering for Penn State? Let me tell you about my friend Charlie Kirk. He loved the Oregon Ducks, and Oregon's done an incredible job honoring Charlie, but he also loved Penn State. Charlie Kirk loved Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania delivered for Donald Trump in the election. Right? We are in a red state here in Pennsylvania.
That's well said. You know, Benny Johnson, I'm an SEC girl, but today I am an Oregon Ducks fan, and I'm glad to hear you like Penn State too. Thank you, Benny. What an awesome time to have you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Harley Dave says Benny on CobraCast win, or does he not like the pigs? Hail 199, hail chat, mod lives matter. I mean, I've actually, what was this like people are going to remember because time moves so fast for me. I did have Benny scheduled to be on CobraCast. It was like a year ago, and we had our schedules conflicting. And I'm not a big bring people on my show as guests and things like that. But I'll just say with all the traveling I'm doing, I had a couple of meetings with some people. We could be at the point of really leveling up Geeks and Gamers. And Benny's always a phone call away if I need anything from him. But yeah, guests on CobraCast is just not my focus. So, we'll see. But thank you, Harley Dave in the house. Shadow Unit 199 says, here's to the grift, brother. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $20. Steel Leg of History says, thanks for always being there for us. I just hit 753 subs on the other day. Can't wait to post pics of my Hulk Hogan hoodie once it shows up. Still waiting. I'm waiting too. Like Teespring, just it's so annoying. I'm still waiting for my CobraCast Mania hoodie as well. And I own the damn Teespring store. It sucks. Eric K says, don't you know good games are on today? I know there's several games going on right now, but the main game is happening tonight. Alabama, Georgia. So that's the only one I care about right now. Piano Dean says they thought the rapture was happening the other day. Turns out it was just a bunch of people overdosing on Tylenol. Lapcoat says someone said Cash always looks like he's watching the first autopsy. I now can't unsee it. Unfortunate eyes on that one. Little Jim Sailor says F off commies that keep grifting Fig. Hail the 199. Mod lives matter. Chat lives matter. I don't think he was talking about me grifting off of Jesus or whatever. I think he was talking about Benny or whoever. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like the word grifting has no meaning whatsoever. Just like racist doesn't mean anything. Just like sexist doesn't mean anything. Just like you're an Israel shill means nothing, because the people that throw those labels out there have overused it so much that it literally has no meaning whatsoever. So all you can do is just lean into that shit now. It's literally all you can do. Oh, I'm a grifter. Why? I'm a grifter because I make money. Okay. Because I never got accused of being a grifter when I was broke. So I guess I'm a grifter now, meaning that you're claiming I'm successful now. It's like, it's such a weird thing. Kendon B says, what are you thinking about this Brilyn kid? Something seems super off about him to me. I mean, I don't know. I want to be clear. So I know this, I talked about it last night on CobraCast. How old is this kid before I really start having giving my opinions on this Brilyn dude that is like, they're trying to make the Harry Sisson of the right is essentially like, how old is this kid? He's 19. Okay. So yeah, at 17. Yeah. Well, what is he? I don't know. That's the thing. Like I don't like the situation at all. But I mean, I'll show you who I'm talking about just so we can, the one on the plane yesterday, yeah. So let's see. Everybody on my feed is talking about this kid now. Let's see. His name is Brilyn. Is that how you say it? Brilyn. Let's see. How do you spell this? Brilyn? How do you say it? I don't even know how to spell his name. It's something like Hollyhand. Is that his last name or something? Yeah, here it is. Okay. This dude right here. He's essentially like, so he's getting a lot of backlash over it. So I covered this last night. He basically uploads a video from a private jet and he's getting roasted for it. He's getting absolutely roasted for it.
What's up, America? Brilyn Hollyhand here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now. Stay in line. We have gotten a third room because we have sold out this campus stop 3 times. But we are coming to you. We will fit you in. Students will get priority, but we will make it happen. I cannot be more excited. We are back. We are on the road. We're coming to you one conversation at a time. If you're not at the University of Arkansas, we're coming to a campus near you soon. So check out my tour dates. We'll see you super soon.
So he got a lot of backlash for this tweet. And then he responded to all the backlash and he says, okay, I hear y'all. Glad the keyboard warriors are well. Yesterday, I went from English class to a campus speech 10 hours away. A hometown friend offered to help get me there because I couldn't afford it. I'll keep showing up to do the hard work on campuses, and I hope y'all do too. So he just happens to have a friend who happens to have a private jet laying around. Oh, hey, man, I heard you were traveling. Hey, I've got a private jet. It's just sitting around. We probably just need to, throw some gas in it, and we could just fire it up. And no big deal. Like, what? What? What a terrible response. awful. So yeah, like no comment, no comment, no comment. But right here, this is not the first time. Is this your friend's plane, family plane? So here he's like, this is so bad. And he is becoming the Harry Sisson of the right. That's essentially what we have right now. And he's just getting crushed. So I want to wait to. I just wanted to kind of give you guys the story on it. I'll wait to give further information on that, but I don't like it at all. I don't like any of it. It's really bad. Really bad look for everyone involved on that. Let's see. We've got all the Mo Kisses says that you've been missed this past week. Thanks for going live. I appreciate it, and I've missed all of you guys as well. It's good to be back. Still got a lot of traveling, but I'm going to go live as much as I possibly can. Harley Dave for Ted says, you good? How'd the meeting go? Tell us the details. You look very exhausted. I have been driving a lot, and yeah, but all I can say is there's good things in the future for G&G. Hopefully. Harley Dave says Briley's response is the exact reason why there will never be a replacement for Charlie Kirk. Yes. I mean, look, man, the bottom line is Charlie Kirk was a mega multimillionaire. We know that, but he didn't flaunt it. He didn't show everybody how successful he was. You know, he understood the assignment to remain humble. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But when you are trying to connect with, young voters and trying to make them understand things, sitting there from a private jet at however old this kid is, 19, 20 years old, wearing a Masters polo, it's just bad. It's just really bad. No Faces, Brilyn is just Jeremy when he is late. Logan Miller with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Harley Dave says, excellent on the news that everything's good. Everything is good. We are in good shape right now. At least I hope so. What is Bill Maher saying right here? Bill Maher praises Erica Kirk for forgiving her husband's killer, labeling it a bright spot in America. All right, let's hear what he's got to say here.
Another place, the president spoke this week, Sunday, big event there in Arizona, the Charlie Kirk's memorial. 300,000 people showed up. And I thought this was a bright spot here in our troubled nation. Charlie Kirk's widow got up there and said she forgave his assassin, which is, thank you. Yeah, we can applaud that. And then Trump offered a rebuttal. He said, I hate my opponent and do not want what's best for them. Got to give it to the Republicans. Big tent. Big tent. Forgive my assassin. I hate everybody. Okay.
Dude, there will never be another Trump. That Trump saying I hate my opponents is still the greatest moment ever. And it just shows that there will literally never be another Trump. Because here, let me see if I can find that clip. I mean, this is a moment to celebrate, Charlie Kirk's life. And it was a very heavy, heavy moment. And with what Erica Kirk had to say and how powerful it was. And then for Trump to come out there and do this is the most Trumpian thing ever.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
Nobody like this dude, man. Absolutely nobody like Trump. It's amazing. Zenny Biscuit says, could use my member message, but here's money. Look at that. Thank you, Zenny Biscuit. I appreciate that. Steel Leg of History says, for the losers crying, Jeremy, have fun making the losers cry. Let's make the losers cry. Let's get Jeremy to FurryCon with Jay and Ryan. Thank you, brother. Eric K says, Charlie's death reminds me of how great voices are silenced too soon. So many will never know Charlie or the late, great John Bartolo. R.I.P. John. Absolutely. R.I.P. John Bartolo. Absolutely. Coop says, got my alligator Alcatraz shirt. Thank you. You finally got it? Happy to hear that. Took long enough. So I'm happy that you get it, that you did get it. Random commentator says, a lot of times when I ask my Amazon voice remote to take me to DJ Cobra, it takes me to a Spanish music channel for DJ Cobra. Really? That's funny. Chad Late says, Grifter, I throw my money at your grift, lol. Keep doing the good work, man. Thank you. Bob says, a 19-year-old should be mentored, not followed. Charlie was the exception. 100%. Lapco says, not the first time Jerry's used the, well, he said he was 18 defense. Chug says, love the content, Jeremy. RIP Charlie. I was at the Butler rally last year. I immediately looked for your reaction after Trump was shot. Stay safe. Hey, thanks, man. Honestly, that was a crazy time because I was currently traveling to, was it Wisconsin? Where was the RNC? I think it was in Wisconsin. I was traveling to Wisconsin for the RNC. I was on the road, and I think it was Gary that called me because that was recording. I pulled over to record a video about something to do with pop culture or some dumb shit for Geeks and Gamers. And I feel like it was Gary that called me, and he says, dude, did you see what happened? I'm like, what? I had no idea. Milwaukee. It was Milwaukee. Okay. And pulled over, went live from a freaking, I don't even know where I was. I was somewhere on the side of the road or something. And yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely insane. Luckily we did not lose President Trump, but it could have gone bad. It could have gone very, very bad. Man, what a time. What a time that was. Okay, so really quick, we've got this situation with President Trump. And Trump is, I gotta find it now. On my laptop makes it a little bit more difficult here for how I have my setup. Okay, so Trump is he's threatening to send, I believe, the National Guard into Portland. I haven't watched this clip yet.
He made the announcement on Truth Social, and it read in part at the request of breaking news just moments ago, President Trump sending troops to Portland. He made the announcement on Truth Social, and it read in part at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. Now, I remember this well. I remember 2020. There's a lot of violence in Portland. There was a courthouse that folks tried to set on fire, and President Trump deployed federal law enforcement there. I was his press secretary at the time. Here's what I said.
By any objective standard, the violence, chaos, and anarchy in Portland is unacceptable. Yet Democrats continue to put politics above peace while this president seeks to restore law and order.
Now, someone who was there with me in the White House at that time was Katie Miller. She's the host of the Katie Miller podcast. She has a long track record in the Trump administration. Katie, you and I were there in the summer of 2020. We remember how dangerous Portland got, and they still have crime problems today. What do you make of the president's action?
You know, the greatest difference between President Trump's first term and his second term is that we're not waiting for there to be set fires in Portland. As President Trump said in 2020, it's an anarchist jurisdiction. So what do you do with an anarchist jurisdiction? You deploy as many troops as possible. You gain control quickly, and you say, we are coming for you, and we will not allow the riots in the street like we did in the summer of 2020. This is President Trump's country, and he has promised to make sure that every American feels safe, and that includes our brave law enforcement, who's been the subject to too many violent attacks, whether that be what happened this week or weeks before that. It is not acceptable to attack law enforcement who are just carrying out the duty that Congress has charged them with. And President Trump has said no more. And by doing this action today, he's not waiting for it to get worse. He is going to protect our brave men and women who serve our country.
Katie, I'm really glad that you made that the focus, the brave men and women, because at that time in Portland back in 2020, I remember vividly when protesters tried to light a courthouse on fire, and there was federal law enforcement in and around this. And President Trump does have the authority to deploy National Guard to federal property to protect federal assets. And Katie, I just saw yesterday ICE agents who were followed, people giving out their address, the attacks on ICE facilities. You worked at DHS. Tell us what you know about ICE agents, DHS officials, these folks who put it all on the line and incur what you're looking at, this kind of violence.
Gavin Newsom is the first one who's demonized our great ICE law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line every single day to do the job that, again, Congress has charged them to do. And by President Trump taking this action today and saying we are not going to wait for it to be worse. And what happened in 2020 is, right, law enforcement served as crowd control measures. Yes, they made over 1,000 arrests back in 2020. But by doing this action today, he's saying that we're not going to wait. We're going to come quickly and come hard. And by doing that, you're protecting the ICE law enforcement in the field, because if you are greenlighting even a little bit of an ounce of attack against them, you don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, maybe we do, and we saw that what happened with our friend Charlie Kirk. But when you take quick and swift action, you are going to stand up for all men and women who today are on the streets arresting illegal aliens and ensuring their deportation, which is exactly what President Trump said he was going to do, is remove every illegal alien present in this country. And who's doing that? That is ICE. And we must all stand together with the people who are serving our great country.
Katie.
And right here, we have right here, law enforcement in, so they're showing up in armored vehicles. This is in downtown Portland. This is a few hours ago. Armored vehicles are showing up in downtown Portland. So that was about 3 hours ago. And then we also have Chuck Schumer vows to fight President Trump's deployment of troops against Antifa terrorists in Portland. Trump is not king. Democrats will fight in Congress to stop him. Of course, that's what Chuck Schumer said. Chuck is in way over his head. Of course, Democrats would side with the insurrectionist rebels. Every time the Democrats just continue to make Trump look good. Every single time. It's crazy how out of touch with reality they are. Go for it. Have at it. If you got a gifty, you are gay. And Logan Miller dropped 5. So if you got one, you hear him right there, chat. There it is. Did you see what the Colombia president said? I didn't see that. Check my DMs for Tyrus Trump vid. Funny stuff 199. Thank you. Here's some money, Jeremy. You are one of the nicest guys out there. My friend Tomby gave my channel a new look. I owe him for all the help he gave. That's awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're back. Yes, I was back. I did a stream last night and then here for a short stream today. Thank you for the $20. What do you think of Cash firing woke FBI agents? I don't know specifically about that. I'm not sure I've heard about that in particular. RIP Ice Cube's tour bus. Usage says, you shut up and take my money now, grifter. I happily will. Oh boy. Harley Dave just dropped 50 gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. How do we celebrate 50 gifted memberships? How do we do that? Anna Paulina Luna. That's how. That's right. That's how we celebrate. Yep. She's a great personality. She has a wonderful personality. She really does. Thank you, Harley Dave. 50 gifted memberships. Absolutely insane. Holy crap. I'm going to be honest. There was something I was supposed to look up and I legit don't remember. Was there something else? I'm not even kidding. There was something I was supposed to look up. Somebody said something and I completely forgot. I legitimately don't remember now. Harley, it's your fault. What is this? AOC talking about Trump? AOC? Donald Trump is less popular than he's ever been? What?
Donald Trump is less popular than he has ever been. He is underwater on virtually every issue. If you oppose and are disgusted by what this administration is doing, you are in the company of a majority of Americans. You are not alone. More people disapprove and are opposed to this administration right now than they are in support of this administration. Those are the numbers. Donald Trump.
Unbelievable that they just continue to lie and lie and lie no matter what. And I would just say, take those words that she's saying and be happy about it, because the reason that they're saying stuff like that is because they know that they're losing. They know it. So they have to make up lies. They have to make these things up to create a false narrative, to try to give people, the people on their side, they need to give them something to look forward to and motivate them in some way. They are terrified. And on that note, I have not seen this clip, but it's starting to get some traction right here. So apparently Scott Jennings calls this person out.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired of conservatives gaslighting about the current political environment and Donald Trump's rhetoric when all of this escalation can be traced back to his entrance into American politics. His claim to fame was saying that Obama wasn't born in America.
Dude, Jennings is sizing this kid up right now. Like, you can just look at Scott Jennings. He is sizing him up.
Was the first presidential candidate to have his crowd chant, "Lock her up," about a political opponent. You can bring up the insurrection. Even in the past few weeks, my home city of Chicago, he posted a photo of Chicago being invaded by the Department of War. So
somebody in the chat just says Jeremy loses viewers when he defends Benny. I don't give a fuck. Like, you have to understand, I don't give a shit about single issue viewers, single issue voters. Single issue viewers will never be satisfied. If me telling you that I'm friends with Benny Johnson makes you stop watching me, good, then get out of here. Like, I cannot pander to single issue viewers. If you are that emotionally weak of one issue that we disagree on, if that's all it's going to take for you to stop watching me, then so be it. I can never apologize. I will never pander, and I will never dance for these fools. It is impossible to make people like that happy. Single issue viewer, single issue voter, the weakest people on the planet. Fuck them.
the broader point here is Donald Trump.
And I'm not saying you have to like Benny. I don't give a shit if you like Benny. I like Benny. Doesn't mean you have to like him. But if that is the line that takes you watching my channel versus not, then so be it. So be it. Go watch Timcast. Timcast is a much better place for you. It's for people that sit when they pee. Harley Dave, $100. MAGA red, $100. Jeremy loses viewers. All right, let me back this up. I love Scott Jennings sizing this dude up.
Of Chicago being invaded by the Department of War. So the broader point here is Donald Trump endlessly deflects and tries to blame it on the other side when he is the one responsible for amping up the tension in America. And I've spent all of my formative years throughout high school, throughout college, looking to the president, who I'm supposed to be able to look up to, and seeing somebody who's trying to place blame on the left, who's amping up the rhetoric constantly. And yeah, it's not good.
So you think it's Donald Trump's fault that a deranged leftist climbed up to the top of a building and shot up the ICE facility, not once now, but twice in Texas?
I think it's Donald Trump's fault that America has gotten to this heated place. I think that
no responsibility for the radicalization on the left that's causing this violent
outburst. That 29-year-old is radicalized by online communities and online algorithms. I'm not going to blame that directly on Trump, but he was caught in a lot of online video game algorithms and all these communities. Donald Trump,
but it's Trump's
10
fault.
years ago. Donald Trump amped up the tension in America.
So he ran 10 years ago, and this guy then 10 years later, somehow you're connecting. Can't you just take responsibility for it?
Oh,
guys, we're at a point where Democrats are blaming video games now. Democrats are blaming video games. Please continue this. Please do this.
On the left.
But let's not do the he has to take responsibility because he's a Democrat.
I'm a 22-year-old YouTuber. You want me to take more responsibility than the president of the United States?
I want you to understand.
I'm a 22-year-old.
I want you to understand that we are in the middle of an epidemic of left-wing violence. They're attacking ICE. They shot Charlie. It's happening all over the country. We have these Free Palestine people running around trying to burn down the Pennsylvania governor's mansion. On and on.
Then
and
maybe
on.
the president
It's not Trump's fault.
The president of the
that the
United
left
States
is radicalized to the point of saying we're done talking and we're going to start shooting.
Is Trump amping down the tensions?
Amping down the tensions?
Yeah, is he taking the tensions down? Is he trying to do that?
I think he's mad that his friend got murdered. If you want that,
the job of the president is to.
So, to answer, because this is a question that a lot of people are trying to say, is President Trump toning things down? My answer will be, fuck you. That would always be my answer. President Trump has been attacked more than any human being of our lifetime for the past decade. They have lied. They have attacked him. They have shot at him. He has had multiple assassination attempts. They have arrested him. They have attacked his family. They have attacked his business. They have attacked his followers. They have attacked everyone. And now suddenly you want President Trump to dial back the hatred that you created. Fuck you. No. Fuck you. Fuck you. Absolutely not his responsibility. And the fact that they're trying to shift that to pretend that it's Trump's responsibility is insane. And it shows you the level of delusion that we're dealing with them and the level of desperation. They know that they're in trouble. The Democrats and the left know they are in big trouble right now. They're in big trouble heading into the midterms, and they're in big trouble heading into 2028. And they know that Trump is going to continue to do so many incredible things over the next 3 years. They see Elon and Trump getting back on the same page. They know that this Charlie Kirk assassination has blown up in their faces, and it has created a movement that they can't even comprehend. JD Vance is on fire. The entire Trump administration, minus Pam Bondi, is on fire. And Trump is doing incredible things. They have nothing. They have nothing right now. And they know that. Thank you again, Harley. I appreciate it, brother. 50 get the memberships and $100 over that. Let's go. Jason Platten says, I can't get over Tim Pool's dumb take. You don't claim Batman doesn't care about Gotham because he wears a mask while fighting crime. Moron take. Dude, this is a wonderful take. Oh, I wish somebody would have said that to Tim during his ridiculous take. That is on point right there. Damn. Well said, Jason. Sheldon says, new here. Love the idea of the channel. Hail 199. Hey, that's what's up, man. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I appreciate you being here. And thank you for the support. Greatly appreciate that. Laughing Haffron says, I never understood people on single issues. It's always so confusing. Just agree to disagree on things, because if that's all it takes to turn you off, that's a really bad mindset to have. Agreed completely. And again, it's being a content creator, being a YouTuber, being online, all of that, you can 100% get audience captured. You really can. And it's important to never let that happen, because number one, you're not doing yourself any favors, but you're also not doing the audience any favors by being audience captured. I want an audience that wants to hear honesty from me, not for me to repeat exactly what they want me to say. Now, that means that I'll probably say a lot of things that you'll agree with, but I would hope it would be like 90-10. I would hope like 10% of the time, even the most dedicated viewers would disagree with me at least 10% of the time, because I think disagreement is healthy. I think not seeing everything 100% in agreement is healthy. I don't think seeing everything. I don't think that if you agree with someone 100% of the time, or if you agree with each other, I think that's not a good situation at all. I think 90-10, 80-20 is good. And I would fully expect that that's how it would be with a lot of people, but How about 60-40? I would be fine with that too. I would be fine with that too. So Lady Erin says, I only agree with Jeremy about half the time. That's perfect. You know? And but yeah, I mean, like I saw this I saw this tweet from Gary, and right here. I love this tweet right here because this was from Gary's channel. Streaming is all about managing lowered expectations. This comment says, I don't watch them for intelligent conversation. I watch them because I know for a fact I will not get an intelligent conversation. This is the expectation that you have to have, okay? And then I responded with this clip right here of me. Here we go. You can't make a fool look like a fool. I'm already retarded. Good luck. You can't make a fool look like a fool. I'm already retarded. Oh, shit. Look at there. Happy Jessica from Harley Dave. Hail to Harley Dave. Happy with two Y's. Happy with two Y's. Happy Jessica. So I was a late bloomer to this meme. I did not know what Happy Jessica meant at first because you know, obviously the Happy Birthday Jessica thing was a big meme here. And then I guess someone, if I'm understanding this correctly, someone sent Gary a super chat that said Happy Birthday Jessica, but Gary said Happy Jessica. Am I right about that? I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Lady Aaron D says thanks to Gary. So thank you, Harley. I appreciate it, brother. Logan Miller says more gays. Philip Butler says Colombia claims conquistadors are Arabs. Drew Barr with a member message. Thank you. Bob says to help discuss Benny, I'm here to listen. 8 o'clock says might sound a little red, scared rhetoric, but can we investigate these Democratic agitators and see if they're connected to Antifa? I mean, I think there's a good chance of that. TVZTQ says Jeremy is to G&G what Triple H is to WWE. Highly production value. Hashtag gorilla position. East Coast Toast Boy says that thumbnail is legendary, by the way. Yeah, I saw this one on Twitter and I was like, I got to use that. I got to use that one. Blackguard for 20 says, figuratively speaking, they punch you in the mouth. They demand that you apologize for making them punch you. That's the level of retardation this CNN panel is displaying every time, every single time. Thank you, Blackguard. JRG Projects for 20 says deploying the troops to Portland, Oregon was long overdue. One thing of note, Charlie Kirk was a massive Oregon Ducks fan. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. If we don't deal with these groups now, the next Dems prez will want revenge. Yeah, that's what people need to understand right now with everything going on with Trump and how he's doing things. We cannot let the Democrats get back in office. It will be an absolute nightmare because I think that the Democrats definitely opened up the door a little bit last election when they were in power. And now Trump is back and he is kicking the door down and not apologizing for it at all. And now they are setting the precedent. They are setting the standard of like, if they get back in power, they will take it to an even worse level. So they cannot get back because it will be dangerous to say the least. If they do, it'll be very scary. Let me see. Baba Yogi says Benny is drama queen at times, but he's a solid dude. Jeremy, you know what city I'm from. I met Benny and we talked. He's not a fig like you. Benny's good because the most important thing about Benny from my perspective is that he understands the cultural aspect of things more so than a lot of conservative commentators. He understands it and he understands how important it is. And he also doesn't BS it where he doesn't pretend that he understands all of it. He's willing to ask questions. He's willing to ask questions in front of 20,000 people on Friday Night Tights. He's willing to say like, okay, well, I'm curious about this. Can you explain this? Can you break this down for me? That is crucial. That is crucial. Pyro Fusion Dancer says Trump tried tribe turning the rhetoric down in 2020, and it lost him the election and nearly jailed and ended. His rhetoric today is about strength and accountability. That's what Scott should have said. Perfect answer. That's a perfect answer, actually. Let's see here. Zebin Cross for 50 says, screw these freaking lefties. Trump didn't do crap. The left started this crap storm from the beginning. Why should Trump bring the temperature down when he never brought the temperature up to begin with? Forget the noise. 1,000% Zebin Cross. 1,000%. Yeah, this narrative that Trump needs to put this, that bring the temperature down, is really, really rich coming from the left. So no, he does not. And don't fall for that crap. Don't fall for that crap at all. Holy crap. Harley Dave has just dropped 50 more gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. 50 more gifted memberships. That's a lot of gifted memberships. That's 100 in total. And that also brings another round of Anna Paulina Luna, which will make everyone happy. Will make everyone happy. Yeah, that's a good video. That's a good video. I respect her. Now I forgot anything. Every time this happens, I forget what I was going to talk about next. I forget. I have no idea. I'm just going to read more super chats because I have no idea. Philip Butler says, Jeremy, do you think they are turning games trans? I mean, I need a little more specific question because the gaming world is not like Hollywood. It's really, I don't want to say the word completely decentralized, but it's not as unified as something like Hollywood. So Ministry Run Thing says, who was calling Trump fascist for 10 years? Trump, laughing my ass off. Laughing Hatford says, also wants to say, God bless you guys and have an amazing day. Go watch football, or going to watch football with my dad and grandpa and then get some sleep. Yeah, Alabama-Georgia game is going to be great. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. Again, I'm going into this Alabama-Georgia game much how the viewers go into CobraCast, with very low expectations for my team, because I just don't expect a lot from Alabama. They could show up. They showed up last year versus Georgia, but I'm not expecting Bama to win. No PhD Coyote says, them sacrifice their flagship, hallowed gun-free zones, rules of parlay broken, considered despicable by old school body stackers. Look at that. Kremlin with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Someone says Alabama unsub. I am a lifelong Alabama fan. I've talked about this many times. Again, thank you for the 10 gifties. When I was younger, when I first kind of understood what football was, my dad and my granddad were basically like, hey, son, you're either a Bama fan or you can get the hell out of this house. And I'm like, roll Tide. What else do you say? Sure, Dad. Sure, Granddad. Okay. Roll Tide. What else are you supposed to say? What else is like a 7 or 8 year old supposed to say? You kicked out of the house if you ever cheer for Auburn. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Roll Tide. Philip Butler says 12-year-old on CNN with Kirk look to get votes. Little Jim Taylor says Colombia president called the U.S. military to defy Trump while in New York with Zohan in a Palestine protest. They pulled his visa. Really? I did not hear about that. I'll have to check that out. That one guy says all your memes belong to us. JD48. Timothy says saw OBAA. It was all right, but I don't get the hype. L Wings Secret Garden says AOC doing her best to manifest reality. Vector says you're blurred 70% of screen, but forget the 30 or gayest 30% in the middle. 199. I do like the blurred look. I don't think it's bad. It's kind of cool. You know, not too bad. I think it works. I like it. Random commentator says, did you see the story about Ice Cube's tour bus in Portland They burned it because they thought it was a detention bus. So that's what, okay, somebody said something about it earlier. I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what that meant, but I didn't see that. Matt Frog says, did Biden bring down the temperature when he said MAGA was extremely dangerous and a threat to democracy? Of course not. Linko Kenobi for $50 says, what's up, Jeremy? I'm sure you already heard that Sinclair bent the knee to Disney and ABC. It's so BS on what happened. I'm sending you a video of what I thought about. Hope you've been having a great travel. Hail the 199. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did hear about that, Linko. And yeah, I mean, look, Jimmy Kimmel there's no way this show is it's not long. This thing can't stay on the air much longer. He's irrelevant. No one cares about Jimmy Kimmel. As I've said, nobody cares about Jimmy Kimmel. No one. Have you ever met a legitimate Jimmy Kimmel fan in your life? Have you? I'm going to go ahead and tell you haven't, because they don't exist. And that's just the truth of the matter. There is no such thing as a Jimmy Kimmel fan. There just isn't. Let's see. What is that? Oh, what is this? Democratic governor of Oregon tells President Trump to stand down and not send troops to squash Antifa terrorists. Let's see. Wait. This is the governor of Oregon. This is the Keith Olbermann is the governor of Oregon. What?
Me and the group of elected leaders and community leaders behind me, we are in the central city of Portland, Oregon, and it is a beautiful day. And we are very happy to be here speaking with you today.
How in the fuck is this the governor of a state? What?
And in the central city of Portland, Oregon, and it is a beautiful day. And we are very happy to be here speaking with you today. In my conversations directly with President Trump and Secretary Noem, I have been abundantly clear with them that Portland and the state of Oregon believe in the rule of law, and we can manage our own local public safety needs. There is no insurrection, there is no threat to national security, and there is no need for military troops in our major city. Military service members should be dedicated to real emergencies. The members of the Oregon National Guard, their mission is to stand up and protect Oregonians, and they will do that every day, but they are not needed in the city. They are not needed here.
I don't even know what to say. I am astonished.
Oh, shut up, silly woman.
That's literally all I can think to say. Like, I have no idea. That is insane that that's a governor.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
When I saw governor of Oregon, I'm like, how is this even possible? So there we have it. Good Lord. Is that Ipo? Says, Bama getting blown out. Salty Army re. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. John freaking Murdoch for $50 says, hey, Jeremy, wow, 2 days in a row. I guess my gaydar is faulty since I've been finding you midstream. Thank you, John freaking Murdoch. Hail to you, brother. Hector says, bro, you are the news. This is the next phase of the culture war. It started with covering movies. Now it's here. I appreciate that, man. I really do. And I hate that I'm not as caught up on everything as I've been traveling so much, because I do feel a little out of the loop on certain stuff. But you know what, if I can go live for a bit and talk about some of the things that I'm seeing right now and give a few of my opinions, I'm happy to do that. Hot Fart Fernando says Alabama never loses. They just run out of time. Cellular Dream says, wow, Jeremy didn't know your wife was the governor of Oregon. Socrates Bagoat says, are troops being deployed to Portland getting their uniform basic load? East Coast Toasted Boy says, a butch type lesbian is the governor. Apparently. Harley Dave says the next month is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Matt Frog says, is this the new Star Wars? Ruben says, what is a woman? What is this governor? Bro, it was crazy. Harley says, I agree with whoever. Harley has been on fire. Harley has been on fire. What is this right here? Let's see here. There's another clip that I wanted to show you. And oh my God, I still can't believe that's the governor. What are we doing? Gotta be kidding me. That's just insane, dude. G&G Play Fam, what's up? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Dr. Joe, where does it say? I just saw the name go by. It says, I agree with, let's see. I agree to Harley Dave. Yeah, I don't stream to Rumble when I'm traveling because it's just, you got to jump through all these stupid hoops with Rumble to get the stream going. You can't, and when I'm streaming directly from my phone, it's just way too difficult. So, all Rumble needs to do is make it easier. That's all they got to do. But they're too busy. Like, why? I don't know why Rumble just doesn't have a button on StreamYards. I don't understand. It wouldn't be difficult. If you missed it last night, I talked about this, but Alex Jones did this. Alex Jones says, I am officially joining the Democratic Party as of today. In celebration of their wonderful work, I have now adopted a hairstyle that matches their policies. Alex Jones doesn't give a damn, and it is fantastic. Oh no. Oh God, Tree Bear. That's way too fast. Wait, oh no, wait. That's Beardo behind me. That's Ryan. And that's Meek. Dude. No. That is rough. Holy crap, I was not prepared for that one, Tree Bear. There's so with the whole oh God. So the whole situation with Comey being indicted, this is how the left responds, okay? And this just kind of shows you what type of people we're dealing with right here, okay? So Trump indictment versus the Comey indictment, okay? Listen to how these people present this story. This is who we're dealing with right here.
He is being treated no better or worse than anyone else. This is not selective prosecution, that this is not somebody who's singled out, that he is being treated just like anyone else. That is what it means to have a rule of law. That is what the Justice Department is really signaling and messaging here, is that everyone will be treated, as Merrick Garland has said, as, equally in this country. This is really a great day for America. This is such a horrendous moment for the rule of law, for the Department of Justice, for the country writ large, being singled out for impermissible reasons. And so just because you did your job, but just because you referred the president or you opened an investigation into the president, those are not legitimate reasons to have a sort of tit for tat vindictive prosecution. This looks like it. The emperor has no clothes. That this is the abuse that it appears to be.
This is who we're dealing with right here. These evil people that will lie and build narratives like this. TDS is insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, here's another case apparently of TDS. There's Ellen, who is now turning into King Charles right before our eyes. Apparently, this is Ellen. Is this really Ellen?
Very special guest on the show several times, and his name is Tate, and he thought that I was his girlfriend, and so I told him he was my boyfriend, which shocked my wife. And but he was a very special little human being.
Didn't she move overseas or whatever after Trump got elected or something like that? Wasn't that the story? I can't remember the specifics. I can't say I've ever really paid attention to Ellen, but there's something about her moving like overseas with her. And then there was like the whole thing with Anne Heche, her ex, and that whole situation, which was very, very concerning to say the least. Remember that? Remember that whole story? That was crazy. Moved to England, is that what it was? Okay. And then this clip right here that I saw, and I bookmarked this a couple days ago. So if you guys remember, Kamala Harris, and I'm going to have to kind of rehash a story that I talked about the other day, but it's way too funny. With Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. The story came out about her not bringing Pete Buttigieg on because he was gay. And she gave this terrible answer, and it's been really bad. So first, again, let me remind all of you who Buttigieg is.
And, when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a contender for president. Between him and Crockett, you can have that party.
So never gets old. All right. So this moment happened, and then there's a follow-up moment to this, but I want to give the full context to this. So here is Kamala's horrifically bad answer. So let me set the table here. She's talking to a lesbian in Rachel Madcow. She denies the report at first, but then spends the next minute and a half, 2 minutes confirming the report, which is the most Kamala Harris thing ever.
I guess I'd ask you to just elaborate on that a little bit. It's hard to hear.
Yeah.
With you running as, you're the first woman elected vice president. You're a Black woman and a South Asian woman elected to that high office, very nearly elected.
Black woman and a South Asian woman. What?
President, to say that he couldn't be on the ticket effectively because he was gay. It's hard to hear.
No. That's not what I said. That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay. My point, as I write in the book, is that I was clear that in 107 days, in one of the most hotly contested elections for president of the United States, against someone like Donald Trump, who knows no floor, to be a Black woman running for president of the United States, and as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk. No matter how, I've been an advocate and an ally of the LGBT community my entire life. So it wasn't about any prejudice on my part, but we had such a short period of time. And the stakes were so high. I think Pete is a phenomenal public servant. And I think America is and would be ready for that. But when I had to make that decision with 2 weeks to go, and maybe I was being too cautious, I'll let our friends, we should all talk about that. Maybe I was. But that's the decision I made. And I, as with everything else in the book, I'm being very candid about that.
Yeah.
With a great deal of sadness about also the fact that it might have been a risk.
So now we have Jon Stewart right here talking about this situation. It's so funny to hear them try and deal with the identity politics of this situation, because as I've said, identity politics is a cancer. And if you are in any way, shape, or form leaning into identity politics, you are always going to end up twisted up like a pretzel.
The reason we've lost trust is because people don't believe that we actually believe the shit we're selling them. That we're telling them what they want to hear.
To my point in the book, when
yes.
she says, I didn't go with Pete Buttigieg because he's gay and that'd be too far. And you're like, oh my God, it's actually reverse affirmative action.
Well,
it's like, what?
But I think the point here is that you have to be an authentic and credible messenger. And it's not authenticity. Yes, that's the new buzzword. But now you got people, it's the same thing with, people want to show. The reason we've lost trust is because people,
they just don't, they are so out of touch with reality that it's never going to end. Harley Day for 50 says, if you witnessed the shit that I seen, no one would be on the left. Can't say it any better. Can't say it any better than that right there. Hail to Harley Dave. Hail to Harley Dave. And let's not forget, this is not this is also Kamala. This quote right here.
My favorite things to see, and it would always happen spontaneously at our rallies, and thousands of people would come. And it would happen is invariably somebody would want me to take a picture or to hug their child. And someone in the back would hand that baby over through the crowd
up to you,
people who would
bless the baby,
but pass the baby.
See,
and then pass the baby back.
Pass the baby back.
And I don't know, there was something about that when it would hapen. I mean, I could get very emotional about it right now, but I believe that we should always feel that,
And you think that's bad? Wait till you hear this profound statement from her. Profound statement from her.
The children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
Let's hear that one more time.
But I believe that we should always feel that, the children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Woo, we're going to leave it there because I can't take much more. I can't listen to her. It's painful. Philip Butler says, repeal the 19th Amendment. Flag Ninja says, Democrats don't have nice personalities. Brian says, that Tyrus clip is legit hilarious. I'll see if I can find it before we end this. Steve from PA says, Anne Heche popped up like the Undertaker after being placed in a body bag. Also, Jay tripped poo. Yeah, dude, that video of Anne Heche, I mean, I'm sure you can find it, but like, it was scary. It was very, very scary. Is this the video right here? I don't know if it'll let me play it in full screen. Yeah, it's so dumb. Like Twitter, I'm just gonna have to play it in our DMs, Uber driver, because it doesn't let me. It doesn't let it go full screen in DMs for some reason. So here we go right here. Yeah, see, it will not let me go full screen. So here we I have not heard this yet.
99% of the shit that the bullshit propaganda media said about the president is bullshit. But the one thing they got right was that 3 a.m. tweet shit. He texts me at 2:30 in the morning. I'm in bed asleep with my wife. My phone ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh, I woke up and I was like, hey, yo, Tyrus, it's the president. I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed. Look at these pictures. Post them tomorrow. LOL. I text him right back. You cold-blooded, Mr. P. Cold-blooded. I bet he was, man. You filled up all the reservoirs? All of them. Hashtag fuck that little fish. Not making this shit up. I'm not. I'm sitting there, like, I'm texting with the president. Whole side of my face got hot. I turned to look, my wife was like, who in the fuck are you texting at 2:30 in the morning? President. Tell the bitch she can have you. So it's the president. Give me that. Tell him it's 2:30 in the morning and tell him to text you tomorrow. What? Would you like me to do it? No. Hey, Mr. P, my wife says it's late and that I got to hit you tomorrow. Text me back right away. Okay, cool. Hashtag pussy whip. That's our president.
Yes. That's our president. Holy crap. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you for showing me that. Trump is the definition of one of one. There is not and never will be another human being like Donald J. Trump. It's impossible. Jimmy Ray says JD Vance could win the next election with only 10 days to prepare. He could. Cosmic Cowboy says if you car about Kamala's run for president, you're gay. You mean care? I didn't know what the hell you were saying. This. Okay, if you care about Kamala Harris's run for president, you're gay. I didn't know what the hell you were trying to say. DJ Fizzy says no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Mr. Benjamin says almost as bad as I don't know who made Pokemon Go. I don't know who created Pokemon Go. Let's see. I don't car. Is that the new meme now? Coley says the children of the community is the children of the community. Yes, that's what that says. Pat Patriot says Kamala Harris, me fail English. That's impossible. Storm Shadow says that Tuesday night's main event is on Tuesday because it's the main event on Tuesday. Kamala Harris Griggs. Have a rad summer says new sub. You guys seem fun. Hello 199. Hey, let's go. I don't know what that picture is, but we welcome you in. I appreciate it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready. I got to get ready for some football. Alabama, Georgia. And I have to deal with some other stuff too. So I have a meeting. I got a lot of things that we're trying to do. Plus, I got a big day tomorrow. So Kate says, woohoo, I thought you were reconvening on Monday. And yet here I am magically. What's up, Kate? Yep, but we are ending the stream here in just a second. Harley! Holy crap! Harley Dave. You freaking mad lad. Just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Are you kidding me? Harley Dave has dominated this CobraCast, ladies and gentlemen. 150 gifted memberships from Harley Dave. You know what? We're going to just give you all the goodies just for Harley, okay? So first things first, we got that, okay? Of course, everybody likes that. Everybody's happy about that, right? Everybody respects that, as they should. Okay?
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way, so tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
And of course, Anna Paulina Luna, you know, because of course, that's how it goes. You got to thank Harley Dave, though, not me. I didn't do it.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's. Oh.
Thank you, Harley Dave. R.I.P. Bad Wolf says, hello, my brother from my cousin's mother, War Eagle. Roll Tide, baby. Cosmic Cowboy says, I don't car either, Jeremy. Sorry for the typo. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Matt Frog says, Kamala loves, I don't even know what that means because Kamala loves whatever that is. With that, we're going to end it. I'm up against the clock. So thank you guys. Harley, you mad lad. All of you, I appreciate it so much for all the love. I'll be traveling. I'll be back home for a few days next week, and then I have another trip that I'm doing. And I'll give you guys details on all of this once it's all behind me and I'm done. But I don't like talking about where I'm going because there's a lot of crazy people in the world. But after the trips are done, I will give you all the kind of details as to everything that's been going on. So, and let's screw you, Harley Dave. Look at that. With the laughing emoji. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys have a good evening. Roll Tide. Let's hope Georgia's much better than Alabama this year, but I'm still pulling for Bama. We'll see what happens. You guys have a good evening. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. If I can get myself out of here. Bye.